What do y'all think about a fight between Jake Paul, the problem child, versus the son of the legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? What do you guys think about a fight between these two guys? I say, let's see it. Make it happen. Before I get more into the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more boxing and please hit that like button. It helps out the video. It helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So, yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are demanding for Jake Paul to fight a quote-unquote real boxer. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., like I said, is the son of the legend, the son of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. To those who don't know boxing, search up Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. And watch his highlights of his career, and you will become a fan of the sport if you see the way Chavez Sr. fights. Anyway, there's a lot of people out there who are demanding for Jake Paul to fight a real boxer, and Chavez Jr. recently fought as well over the weekend against who did he fight again? David Zeraga over in Mexico. And as we all know, Jake Paul is coming off a win against Tyron Woodley in the rematch, knocked him out in round number 6. And like I was saying, a lot of people are saying like Jake Paul should fight a real fighter, real boxer. And according to Bavafa Sports, who represents Jake Paul, they recently posted this up on their social media story, and you can see that it reads, "It shows you how impressive Jake is that people think this should be his next opponent. Even more impressive is that Jake messaged Nakisa Bidarian, his manager, and said, 'Let's get this one next.'" So there's a good chance that we might actually see this. That Jake Paul actually wants to fight Chavez Jr. Jake Paul is a professional at the age of 24 years old, is a professional boxer, has a pro record of 5 wins, 0 losses, 4 wins coming by way of knockout or TKO. Now, the level of opposition is fought, obviously not the best, obviously. I mean, come on. YouTuber Nate Anderson Gibb, ex-NBA player Nate Robinson, fat MMA fighter Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, obviously the best win in his career. But in comparison to Chavez Jr., who has almost 60 professional fights, 53-6, 1 draw, has been in there against Anderson Silva, lost to Anderson Silva, FYI, by split decision. That was unexpected. He lost to the likes of Daniel Jacobs, Mario Abel Casares, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Fonfora, Sergio Martinez. He's had big wins against Andy Lee, Brian Vera, Marco Antonio Rubio, Sebastian Zivik. I remember that fight. And like I said, he is the son of the legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. This fight would be huge. This fight will be big. There's still a big Mexican following for Chavez Jr. just because he's the son of Chavez Sr. Even though Chavez Jr. hasn't really lived up to the name, a lot of people will support Chavez Jr. in this fight. I'm already seeing a lot of Jake Paul haters saying like, "Why fight this guy?" I'm like, bro, this guy, aren't people wanting to see him fight a real professional boxer? Even though Chavez Jr. is not the best professional boxer, he still is a professional boxer who has almost 60 professional fights. But that goes to show that a lot of people actually think that Jake Paul can actually beat Chavez Jr. if they're not satisfied with this. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I'd love to see it. And hopefully we can hear some good news about this in 2022, because I don't mind it at all. I'd much rather see this fight between Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. instead of Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. I'll tell you that much. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.